Coming off the biggest stream that we've possibly ever done. Shout out to 2K, by the way. We're going to dive into some more WWE 2K23 as well as some AEW Fight Forever. We're also going to talk about the new AEW show on Saturdays, AEW Collision. James, let's get it. Wrestling Shoot! What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I'm Jesse Carter. Joined with me as always, James Pinard Jr. James, you already know what's coming. Just go ahead and give it to me.
Lakers in 7.
That's some bullshit. Yeah, that's what I was looking for right there, man. Dude, a whole bunch of news dropped about AEW Fight Forever. Achievements leaked. Everything is going on. Status is getting into their gaming files. So good stuff. But before we get into that, dude, I need to shout out like how amazing last week was. We got shown a lot of love from the WWE 2K23 community. A lot of people, man. The podcast was seen by over 500,000 people, James. So over 500,000 people know who the Pro Wrestling Shoot is. Doesn't mean that they're following us, but they know who we are thanks to Brian Williams and 2K, man. 2K came in, they came through, they were handing out codes, giving people free games. They were promoting our podcast for us, which was really cool. A lot of cool stuff, man. How did that make you feel, James?
Yeah, dude, it's like very generous. We complied with 2K. Brian was, awesome guy. We know him, friend of the show. And thank
now,
you
when you say
everyone.
Complied with 2K, you made him sound like they held us hostage or something.
Well,
we asked him some tough questions, man. Like a lot of people thought that we were going to go in there and we were going to start asking some cheesy questions, but we asked,
Yeah, look, I understand people want every single question answered, and we did what we could, but
yeah,
of course, there's certain things you can talk about, which it's totally understandable.
Let's kind of dive into that a little bit. The things that we weren't bringing up were things like Cody Rhodes' music. I know that the chat was blowing up about Cody Rhodes' music. It's a licensing issue. We already knew the answer to it, so there was no reason to bring it up. If you haven't checked out the Cody Rhodes interview that he did, and he was talking about how he wanted, he wanted a certain vision for his character, right? Like he held that music through the Indies, through ROH, through New Japan, through everywhere. Like Impact Wrestling, AEW, and now WWE. So that music he kind of wants stuck to him, and I understand like, oh, well, we're just changing his character. Bro, if you know people like What's the Status, they will find a way to get that music onto somebody else. So it is what it is, man. Let's shout out a couple people in the chat before we keep going. Legoat, man, what's going on? Gabe, what's going on, man? He said that was a great cast, you guys. Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Much
you guys
appreciated.
made that amazing for us. I'm not even gonna lie. Like we knew that it was gonna get some traction. We didn't know that it was gonna get that much traction because we were talking with 2K, and 2K's like, yeah, we're going to promote it for you. We're going to do this. And I did not know Brian was going to drop like, special news and, breaking news on the podcast, because that was not what we talked about. I was not like expecting Brian to tell anybody any breaking news about any characters, about any move sets. What he said was very professional about fixing the patches and everything, because I told him before we went on the air, look, when we get on the air, I'm going to ask you guys about the patches. I have to, and Brian's a good friend of mine. I would never want to put him in a position to where he felt uncomfortable. So that's why I told him beforehand, like, look, I'm going to ask about the patches. A lot of people are going to ask about the patches. They're going to want to know what's going on with it. And he's like, and I was like, you answer it however you want. That's what I told him. Like, I'll ask. It's your duty to answer however you want, and I won't get mad. So it's all good. Everything Pro Wrestling, what's going on? So one thing that I got to shout out, man, is Everything Pro Wrestling, because Conrad over at Everything Pro Wrestling is one of the only people in the chat at the time that I would trust to be a mod during this chaotic chat. He's always come through for us. So any ups that I've had, I was glad that I got to take the time to throw his ad in the show last week, because I knew we had a whole new audience, right? Probably people that some people will probably never come back and watch our streams. Some people will, but we knew that was a good chance to promote everything pro wrestling, and that's why I wanted to make it a priority to throw his ad in the middle of that gigantic stream. I mean,
Yeah,
what
easily.
better way to showcase your friends off, man, by putting him, that was the biggest stream that we've ever done by far. Like I said, it was seen by over 500,000 people. Like across, not just on this platform, obviously, but across like multiple platforms. Smack Talks, thank you so much for shouting us out. Assemble, another one, shouted us out, man. Those two names,
Joe
alone,
Mashups, him alone as
Joe
well.
Mashups, yeah. All these guys have massive followers, man. I mean, and it was really good to see all the love coming through, and they aren't the only ones, man. There were tons of people in this community that came and showed us love and continue to do so, helping us get even more followers on Twitter and more subscribers over here. So, bro, I was humbled after this chat. It was, there was so much love thrown this way that and everybody really enjoyed the interview, which I was kind of scared that they were asking crappy questions or whatever. So we tried to make it as fun as possible. We tried to get
pretty much your guys' voice and our voice
everybody's voice heard in a wish list to where we can look. This is what we would like to see in the game. That's why I dedicated the whole end of that podcast to letting the people talk and say what they wanted to see in the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah, at the end of the day, hey, we're just like you guys. We're here to play the game. You guys play the game. We'll answer as much as we can. We'll have you guys ask questions, and I got to say, shout out to the chat, because no one that I know of, I don't know if you spotted, but nobody got out of line.
Nobody was
dude. Like swearing. No. Everyone was generous and polite.
Unless Conrad was like shadow blocking people without us knowing, but I don't think he was. Everybody was really courteous in the chat. I really appreciate that, man. Everybody was showing lots of love to Brian and 2K, and deservedly so, man. Like when I said that WWE 2K23 was the most successful game in the franchise history, I wasn't lying. Numbers don't lie. Like you go and look at that. This game sold more than any game in franchise history. So, fantastic game, and they proved, I feel like, in the live stream that they actually care and they listen to you guys. You know what I mean? So all that talk online where they're like, oh, they don't care, they got our money. No, that is not how Brian feels. I promise you. And I promise you that the rest of the 2K team does not feel like that. So I'm really happy that it turned out the way it did. I'm really happy that Brian answered you guys and was very transparent with everybody. Amazing stream, man. It was incredible. So
yeah,
another guy I'd like to shout out, man. Like this guy shows a lot of love to us on Twitter ever since the stream.
Great content, by the way.
Great content, yeah, phenomenal content. Yeah, thank you guys so much. That's all I can say, man. From the bottom of our hearts, I could even speak for James. I know that it meant a lot to him too. Just phenomenal, man. Matthew Lopez, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining the chat. Positively E, man.
Always showing the love.
That's the dude. Everything Pro Wrestling said, you guys are acknowledged. Let's see here. Mr. Pro Wrestling 1, man, welcome to the chat. Hey, everyone, great interview last week. Great channel. Hope people come back to listen. Me too, man. Me too. That means a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Lagoat says Brian goated. Yeah, dude. Brian is the man. Look, when I say that Brian is a good friend of mine, like I'm not like blowing smoke up anybody's ass. We have a long history of friendship, man. I literally talk to this dude almost every day via text, and we never talk about work. So when I actually got the chance to get him on the podcast, I said, you know what, dude, let's talk about 2K. I told him, like, let's ask 2K if we can talk about the game. Like, do you have the contacts? And he's like, yes, here you go. Send me the emails, sent me his boss's email. I got in contact with him. I got in contact with the social media manager. Shout out to them, by the way. Great people. Yeah. Awesome to work with. I really hope we get an opportunity to work with these guys again, because this was phenomenal. And yeah, man, we checked all the right boxes, got Brian on board, and we got to talk about the game for once on the podcast. Like, if you guys go back and listen to some of our audio platform, there's a lot of episodes with Brian on it. Brian is, and we just talk wrestling, man. We don't really get into work as much, but we did have an old interview, one of the first interviews with Brian, where he talks about mocap and how all that stuff goes into play when making these games. So pretty phenomenal, man. I really enjoyed the interview. It meant a lot. And yeah, 2K23, man, is killing it. And the next day, man, we got some content, right? Just like they promised, we got some content dropped.
Yep. Funny enough, not one, but 2 superstars are coming up, which you guys should pay attention. We got DLC coming up tomorrow, actually. So, and yep, these 2 are dropping. I'm shocked they were I know we don't have a photo, but, or maybe I did send it to you, but Dana Brooks getting new entrance music. I think that's the first I've heard him put entrance music in the patch. And I've heard so much good out of the recent patch that just came out, and now we're getting 5 more superstars.
Yeah, man. So I thought the DLC already came out. I haven't had the opportunity to hop on the game just yet, so I haven't seen the DLC, but I heard the patches are cool. I heard that they brought back like the exhausted finishers. So that's really cool, to where you can actually get tired and makes it more realistic. I'm a universe guy, so I really enjoy all that.
The realism.
Yes. So Status also dropped some other things. I guess this was in the patch notes.
Yeah, he has that as the patch. Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor from the patch notes. What else did he drop? He dropped Asuka 2023. That was in the patch notes.
Yeah. So we could be getting even though Brian said that don't expect Demon Finn Balor on the game. I mean, they're putting this stuff in for a reason, right? So it is what it is, man. Now, let me see here. What else we got here? Gabe says Joe Mashups is a great content creator. Yes, awesome, dude, he's phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal.
Great mods.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We got a lot of follows too. Like, shout out to Assemble. Like I said, Smack Talks. Like, these guys have gigantic platforms for YouTube content. And I really appreciate it, man. They followed us on Twitter and they subscribed to our channel. So shout out to them, man. Like, that's amazing. To have that big of a platform and want to subscribe, like that's pretty cool to me, man. A lot of 2K game developers also subscribe to our channel, which is pretty cool, man. Lots of love, man.
Yeah,
lots of love.
I've noticed, trust me, I've noticed a lot of people. Dr. Gorilla Nuts, he's been an awesome guy, tweeting everything out for us. Awesome content creator, by the way.
Yeah, dude. That guy is phenomenal.
So much love, guys. Like, we appreciate it. We're just like you guys. Like I said, we're all gamers at the end of the day, and we try to ask as much as we can. So if we didn't answer your questions, we did as much as we could.
I understand we couldn't touch on the Cody Rhodes music and stuff like that, and I understand it's frustrating. Trust me, it's frustrating to me too, because I'm like Cody's like my favorite wrestler, dude. So if anybody wants alternate attires for Cody Rhodes for their universe mode or for whatever else and still have his music, it's me. But it's not a 2K thing. Unfortunately, that's just something that goes on with licensing and all that. There, it's out of their ballpark. And Brian Williams obviously has nothing to do with that. Like, that's not even his place to even talk about it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I wanted to talk about the patches because I know there's a lot of people in the community that, were really worried about the patches. And I feel like Brian is just such an amazing personality and such an amazing and professional guy that he answered those questions perfect. There was no other way to answer them. He told everybody that he cares about them. He hears everybody. He prioritizes what is big in the, taken away from your gameplay that he wants to fix. It was the best way to answer, man. I couldn't have asked for a better answer, obviously, from Brian. So it was really cool. Let me see here. The Batman Now says, hey, everybody, hope all is well. Feeling a Fight Forever Game Pass drop and a June physical date.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I feel like that game's about to shadow drop, man, and people are not ready for it. We're definitely gonna talk some AEW Fight Forever, man.
Don't worry.
There was a question up here talking about a video. Seen it. I just gotta find it. Somebody had asked if we were gonna make. Oh, here it is. It was Gabe. Will you be doing a video on the new patch coming up? No, that's not really my forte, but I do have a really cool video. So look, I'm not a YouTuber like people like, Smack Talks and Assemble. Like they make some incredible videos, but I did used to do a lot of video editing, and now I'm going to start that again. So I am going to have some short videos up, and I have one that I feel like everybody is going to be really interested in. So stay tuned for that. I haven't shot the video yet, so that means shooting the video, editing, all that stuff. I just had to get some tweaks worked out in my studio. But we got stuff coming up. I'm not going to be doing a video on the new patch. But I will mention the patch in the new video. We'll say that. I'm not really one that takes a patch and dissects it one by one, but it's going to be good. So stay tuned for that video. I think that you guys will like it. I think that you guys can interact with the video that I'm going to be doing. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that this reaches the entire WWE 2K23 community, and we're going to be talking about WWE 2K24. Yeah. So that's that is my hint to the video. So let's see here. Conrad says some wild comments, but fair. So he didn't block anyone. He says no blocks last week.
Good to hear.
Donovan. Yeah, dude. I really appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming back in. Matthew Lopez says, hopefully those Fight Forever rumors are true. We're going to see, man.
We'll see. I mean,
Legoat says, what's DLC for tomorrow? James, you got the list? I know that
the
Pretty
list.
Deadly.
Conrad had on here, but yeah, Pretty Deadly. You had Goggles and Anderson, and then Tiffany Stratton from NXT.
So I do have a couple of pictures right here. So I got Pretty Deadly. You got the OC popping up.
Yeah, OC popping up. I believe the entrance is in the game too with them. There's
and for some reason I didn't save your Tiffany Stratton image that you sent me, but I did have the image.
So
just didn't save it. Yeah, so Legoat says shadow dropping. Yeah, man. So look, a while back, I remember hearing Evil Uno talking about all these amazing games that were shadow dropping. Rappers were doing it for a while too, shadow dropping albums. Like Eminem dropped an album out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That was pretty memorable. And some I think some big time rock bands did it too. I can't.
It's kind of common.
Yeah. So but shadow dropping a game, which means that they're just gonna drop a game without you knowing that it dropped. That's what it means.
And I know we mentioned it of I don't know if anybody has some recollection. I don't remember the TNA game doing that. I don't even remember gameplay trailers. So I mean, it's been 3 freaking years for this game. So
I'm gonna give them a break, man. Like I'm not gonna hate on them too much. I know that. We were waiting a long time for this game, but they're building a game from the ground up, so it's a little tough, man.
It's your first game, and I gotta say, I mean, I didn't mind the TNA game. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was fun.
We're already comparing this bitch to TNA. Come on.
The only thing I can say about the TNA game, and I'm probably the only one, but that X Division game was the only thing.
The X Division match, that was fun. No
one
dude.
could beat me at that. I was.
You know what? For the time that TNA dropped, I thought that game looked pretty good, dude. I'm not going to lie. So everything pro wrestling, Anderson Gallows, Tiffany Stratton, Pretty Deadly, and some surprises. So more surprises coming, I guess.
I'll just say I've heard a few surprises that, let's just say you hinted at Brian and he just told you to be patient about.
Yeah. Positively, E says Brian is a straight up gameplay designer. Yes, he is, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, kudos to 2K for being transparent. Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. They care. Trust me, they care about everybody's. When you're pushed to a deadline to release a game, you have to release the game. That's not even on 2K to release that game. That's WWE saying, "Hey, time to get it out. Time to get it out. Let's go." You know what I mean? Like it's not like these guys are like, "All right, let's just release it and patch it later." That's not the case. Everything Pro Wrestling says, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button. Yes, man, that helps us out in the algorithm. Leave a comment afterwards too, man. Everybody in here, hit that like button for us. I'd appreciate it. Matthew Lopez says, it wouldn't shock me if AEW drops Fight Forever trailer at Double or Nothing. I
We
think we're
kind of
getting.
speculated that, so
I think that they're dropping the game at Double or Nothing, but we'll see, man.
that's the Tony Khan announcement
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Here's a
Huge
trailer.
announcement. Huge announcement. Check your Xbox game store. Check your PlayStation store.
Let's put it
It's
on TNT when we're on TBS.
Positively, he
But,
says, FF about to have a Beyonce drop. Yeah, Fight Forever. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. He says the shorts were great. I appreciate it. Yeah. So a lot of people were making clips of the shorts and stuff like that, and I figured I would make the same clips and put them on our shorts, considering we were the source. But shout out to everybody who did anyway, man. Like, I really appreciate that. We were in 2 videos for Smack Talks. I know that a Symbol was talking about the podcast all week, so shout out to those guys, man. Really cool.
yeah.
Byron Cutler says, I was having problems for 6 hours with Patch getting it on PS4. Interesting. So I play on PS5 and I haven't even downloaded the patch yet. Like I said, I'm gonna hop on it after we get off here.
5 minutes of a patch. I'm not sure what's going on, and I don't know. I'd never looked. I saw that they did a patch on the 2K22, which was odd.
Yeah. So Steve Kelly, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you in here. Says, hey guys, what's up?
Good to see you, Steve.
Let me see here. The Batman Now, man. Hey, thanks for joining again too, man. And we miss you over here at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Thanks for coming back to the chat. Says, will today's status grab the files from the Xbox pre-install? Yeah. Yeah. Status is on one, bro. Says, boo, the TNA game played awful. Positively. Come on, man. It had some good moments.
Okay, the Ultimate X was cool, all right?
And everything Pro Wrestling is agreeing with that. I agree with James. I like the Ultimate X too. Let me see here. Gabe says, not happy about the short entrances in AEW game, but it's something different. I'm in. So there's a thing too about the AEW game. I wish that they would have just put in full entrances because they wanted to make this game. I think Conrad brought up this, and it was a really good point. Conrad from Everything Pro Wrestling. Guys, go follow them. If you ain't already, go follow them at EPW Show. He said that, they wanted to make this game based on the No Mercy game, right? So it's on the No Mercy game. The No Mercy game, one of the biggest complaints about that game was they had those short entrances. So, interesting enough, they went with the short entrances. I have no idea why they decided that was the way to go, but it is what it is. I just hope the game plays fine.
I can assume that they're like, hey, most of our gamers just want to get into play first and not worry about the entrances and too much load times, which, like, I've heard it from other games. We've seen it from the WWE games for some time where the entrances were taking forever. It would just rapidly load into the game, or entrances would take too long. And then, so I understand it from their side but I do get it that we do want the long entrances. It's your first game. So look, then they're going to dissect from that. So.
The Batman Now also says, did they confirm the short entrances? No. So that's the thing. They haven't confirmed really anything except for if you look at the achievement list, which we're going to get into, that confirms some things. But as far as like the entrances, no, they didn't confirm it, but that's what we've seen, right?
From the one gameplay or two we got. That's what it seemed like. So
yeah, and to be honest, like they recorded that so long ago that I feel like that with this short of a roster as they have, they could have probably made the full entrance by now. Mm-hmm. So who knows? We might be getting the full entrance. We'll have to wait. But as far as WWE 2K23 is concerned, man, I'm really excited about this patch. I'm excited about the things that they're adding in. I'm excited for the future of that franchise just because of all the people that made their voice heard in our live chat, right? Like and I feel like I know Brian, I know his smirks, I know the looks on his face, man. And when you guys were bringing up some things, including that special guest referee when I brought in that my GM mode for online. There's a lot of things that he just kind of, you don't say. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like something good is coming for that franchise. Don't take my word for it, but knowing my friend and knowing what this team is capable of, man, I think WWE 2K24 is going to be a masterpiece, and that we're still about a year out from it. So I'm really excited to see what the future has to hold for that game. Let me see here. Left high and dry since December. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they haven't promoted nothing on that game. Legoat says, "What you know, Jesse? I don't know nothing, man. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying. Like I'm just saying." Steve Kelly says, "I am wondering if you can have a match in the Jaguar Stadium." I have
The
no
only
idea.
thing I've seen was the mini arcade game. But if you do want the Jaguar Stadium, I believe I can't remember his name. I think his name is Marty. Been kicking ass all the way with all the creative arenas and the backgrounds. He
Yeah,
actually made one.
you
You
can
can
literally
actually
get anything you want on WWE
at this
2K23.
point, I've seen people with the swimming pools. I've seen someone fighting in lava. I'm like, where was all this back in the day?
Cameron, welcome to the chat, man. He says it would be dope if they drop the release date tomorrow. Yeah, I think that he's going to be talking about AEW Collision tomorrow, but you never know, man. They could drop the
Wednesday, my dude.
little extra something, man. Like they need to drop this release date. Obviously, the game has been finished, so I don't know. Look at Legoat's saying I'm lying. He's saying Cap. No, bro, I promise you, I would never ask Brian to give me insider details on his job. Once again, he's a great friend of mine. And what he does, I'm always happy with. Any team that has Brian Williams on it is lucky to have them. So I trust Brian, man, and I trust his games. I never had a problem with any of the 2K games. I'm just saying, like, I think that Brian pretty much all but confirmed that he is listening to the community and he knows what we want in the next game. So,
he literally got a pen out and started jotting things down.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He wrote stuff down on a book for you guys. So, I mean, I'm just saying, man. He says, I'm trusting you, bro. I can even like, I'm going to say it this way. You could trust me. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know anything, but even if I did, I wouldn't throw Brian under the bus like that or 2K. So it is what it is, man. He said, why ruin the surprise for the drop? Is that what you're talking about?
No, he's talking. Yeah, just like all the, him asking you like what No,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a wrestling game. I want some surprises. Unlike today's wrestling with all the dirt sheets.
Yeah, my name ain't Dave Meltzer over here. Yeah, we're not gonna be dropping dirt sheet news over here.
How excited are you about that Dave Meltzer achievement?
Do they have a Dave Meltzer achievement?
Yeah, it's about like receiving 7 stars or something.
Oh my god. So here's the thing too. Before we went live last week, Dave Meltzer blocked me. He straight blocked me from mentioning because I mentioned CM Punk on his post. Blocked. Don't go in Dave Meltzer's comment section mentioning CM Punk.
And then it's weird when you mention it. So yeah, if and I didn't know this was a feature.
And then he quote tweeted my ass too. He quote tweeted me and I couldn't even reply to him. What a punk.
I don't understand how that's a feature on there. Elon, come on, what's going on? I didn't know you can quote tweet and have someone block.
I think he quote tweeted me first and then blocked me because I don't think you can. I'm not sure, but I've seen it later and I was like, bro, I can't even reply to this. What the hell? Positively, he says Brian comes back. All of a sudden, you see 200 preset intros and fatigue intros unlocked. Yeah. So here's the thing, too, Brian. This isn't the last time you'll see Brian on the podcast. Obviously, he's a regular over here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Brian has a lot to do with the creation of this podcast. A lot of people don't know that story, but Brian helped me create this podcast. He will deny that. Over and over and over again, he will deny that. But without him, man, I wouldn't have gotten a lot of the guests that I did get in the early stages of the Pro Wrestling Shoot, like Matt Seidel and TJ Perkins. And there's a whole bunch of wrestlers that I interviewed and basically got in contact with him. Mikey from the Spirit Squad. All that was because they did mocap. You know what I mean? So without that and without having guests, because that was my original format, without having guests, there was no point to run the Pro Wrestling Shoot. So I owe everything to Brian, man, when it comes to this channel, to be honest. So Steve Kelly says the WWE 2K franchise can only go up from here. Yeah, of course, man.
The evolution has gone big time.
Yeah. This is definitely the best game that we've seen in many, many years. I loved WWE 2K22. I think this game topped it by far. So Positively he says the whole team dope though. Yeah, they are, man. They are. Patch in Vader's strobe lights though. Give me them lights, bro. Give me them lights. Matthew Lopez, I wonder what AEW or with AEW, who will be first wave of DLC wrestlers? Will they add And will they add ROH DLC pack? It's a good question, man. I think
They
that we're
might
going to get
shadow
all of that
drop.
though.
They honestly might shadow drop a DLC out of the blue. Hey, you can buy this for $25.99.
You never
We still
know,
haven't
man. You
heard
never
anything.
know.
So supposedly there is a roster over 50. That's what we've heard from the achievements. So
Cameron says, "Do you believe that AEW Fight Forever is dropping at the end of June?" I believe it's coming soon.
It's got to be summer.
It's
got to be sometime.
If it's not June, I would say July, just because it's going to be this summer for sure. If it's not going to shadow drop tomorrow, like I said, who knows?
Oh
man?
No, it could have shadow dropped right now.
Yeah. Go check everybody's PlayStation store. Let's see what's going on. Positively, he says could be 7-star FTR.
So, speaking of the 7-star, yeah. So the achievement, it's called Match of the Year, and it says earn a 7-star match evaluation against a calm opponent in exhibition. So everyone's just quote tweeting it as the Dave Meltzer achievement. Doesn't say in Japan, brother.
Byron Colors says, I want challenge mode from SmackDown vs. Raw 2005 and WWE 2K24. That'd be fun, man. That'd be fun. Seriously. Man, just hashtag 2K23 on that shit. They see it, man. I'm telling you, they see it.
They might not respond, but put your voice out there. Trust me.
Everything Pro Wrestling says he predicts Forbidden Door for a drop. I think that is a good time frame, sir. Forbidden Door. I feel like you need at least a month to promote this. I would not shadow drop it. I would promote it. Show what's in the game. Show your roster off. You know what I mean? Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to dive into AEW Fight Forever because there's a lot of achievements and a lot of stuff to get into. So let's get into it, man. We'll be right back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot.
Pro Wrestling Shoot listeners, this is Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling, here to let you know that Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And every Monday, we are live on YouTube with our classic show, Clash of the Podcast, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to myself and my tag team partner, Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, talk all the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Also on our YouTube channel, live every Wednesday following AEW Dynamite, myself and Derek bring you the live post-show coverage. Make sure you guys are tuned in to check us out. And did I mention we are also on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Now, let's get back to listening to the guys of the Pro Wrestling Shoot.
We are back, man. Legault in here clowning, saying EPW bald, man. We're going to have to get him for that one, man. We're going to have to get him for that one, Conrad. No more bald slander up in here, man. That hurts some feelings. Derek EPW hair. Damn, man. Damn. Says, positively, he says, Fight Forever needs what is that? Infinito DLC.
Oh, Captain Insano.
And Captain Insano.
I don't know what they ever did with that. I know he was trademarked. I haven't seen it. I'm assuming he's going to be in the game. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Everything Pro Wrestling says slander. Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't want to be hurting no feelings over here, man. Even though this is a
watch out. Brother. I think he still has moderator.
he is a mod still, isn't he?
He should
still be a mod.
I don't see the wrench on there. I think there's like a little blue wrench, or maybe I'm thinking it's Twitch. I don't know.
Yeah, just go ahead and block some people, Conrad. Yeah. You got my blessing, brother. Do what you got to do. You see that bald slander up in here, man.
What? He doesn't like Punk. All right, slander. Get him out of here.
Dave has heat with Punk? Yes, sir. He sure does. Apparently, you can't even say his name in the comment section because you'll get banned. It's wild, man.
One of the ban words on here.
Yeah, no. Pineapple juice. So, yeah, I would love to see Captain Insano, man. I know we're getting Captain Insano and Owen Hart, so there's a good chance this game's good, man.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes, I am, man. I'm excited for the game. Look, I know he says I am a mod. See, look at that. Don't be messing with Conrad up in here, bro. He's the one and only mod over here at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. He's holding it down. James, are you excited for this game?
Dude, I am. We haven't had an alternative game. I mean, don't get me wrong, 2K23 is killer. AEW Fight Forever, like I said, it's the anticipation. Now it's going to be the waiting game. When are you releasing it? I mean, we're just getting little by chunks. We got achievement drops. People are getting updates. I never what's it called, pre-ordered a game. I don't know if you did. I haven't.
No, I haven't yet. No.
And I don't. Was there?
I'm just gonna buy it. There's nothing that you get for the pre-order, so I'm not gonna.
I think
pre-order.
there is.
What?
Wasn't there a pre-order or?
No, there's not.
Maybe
I
it's
didn't
a
see nothing.
Maybe there was a poster. I don't know.
I'm good, man. I don't need no damn poster.
You fucking mark!
I just want the game, brother. I just want the
You
game.
get a Dave Meltzer exclusive figure.
I'm good. Byron Cutler, he says, I also want to create a backstage in WWE 2K24. That would be interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to create a backstage arena. That would be pretty cool. That's one thing that we're getting on Fight Forever. We're getting a create an arena, but we are not getting any community creations. Obviously, that's a thing that 2K has held on to, and it took them many years to put together. So I don't see AEW doing that, but man, can we upload logos to make our own arena? Can you make a WWE arena like you could?
How much limitations are there?
Yeah, what are the limitations? There's so many questions for this game, man. What they did drop are the achievements. Obviously, you sent me some pictures. I didn't put all of them in here.
I got them saved. I could just read them. Here I go.
Well, I got some pictures in here. I did put some in. So, okay, you got first win, defeat a computer opponent for the first time in exhibition.
I do have a list of
off the guardrail, using the guardrail dive. So look, this is pretty cool. Now we know you can dive off the guardrail. So that's pretty cool. Using the guardrail dive offense skill. So you have to have a skill for it. Land 3 dives from the guardrails in a match. Nice catch using the anti-air defense skill. They got some funny names for the skills on this. Catch a diving attack. You also got smooth footwork using the kip up skill. Recover from the ground 5 times in a match. Finisher. So this is just theft or whatever. Same thing that WWE has. You can steal a finisher.
It kind of reminds me of 2010 with the power ups.
Yeah. And that's good too. I don't have a problem with the skills. Yeah. I think it's awesome that you could have a diverse roster that have different skill modes. So I really enjoy that. Let me see here. Attack an opponent using a barbed wire bat in a lights out match.
New match.
So yeah, that's cool. That's one thing that we asked Brian for in WWE 2K24 is some barbed wire, some thumbtacks, some more blood. That's gonna be great. Kaboom! Trigger 3 rope explosions on an opponent during an exploding barbed wire death match.
I'm kind of afraid with the mods that are gonna come in this game. They're gonna be very ruthless.
Yeah, but you can't download them, so. There's no community creations.
No, but I'm saying from the this is going to be on PC, so they're going to manage to put some things in there.
Oh yeah, I know. Belt collector, hold a title in an exhibition and win a belt from a computer champion. Full course beatdown, win a singles match after hitting the opponent with a signature and finisher. And then the last picture that I have on here says beat the best, defeat a computer opponent on elite difficulty in a singles match in exhibition. I know that the career mode is called Road to Elite.
Yeah,
so
Road to Elite. I got a little list I sent you guys earlier that people noted. Like you mentioned, create a wrestlers in there, create a team, create an arena, Road to Elite. They have currency as AEW cash. I'm assuming that's TK's version. There is an achievement about I believe using or beating 50 AEW wrestlers, so there's a lengthy roster.
Because I read something somewhere where they were saying there was more than 40, but there's an achievement for more than 50. So
we get a casino battle royal matchup in there.
I'm excited about that.
The skills are in there, and then what else? Yeah,
the casino battle royal is interesting too because it's kind of like the Royal Rumble, but then you get the Joker card at the end, so it's different, man. I'm excited for that in the game. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so far, and I'm surprised they didn't. I think the TNA game had online achievements. I'm wonder if there's any more. I didn't see any achievements for the mini games. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I did.
Was there one in there?
Yeah. There's achievements. I have the list if you wanted to go over it, but everything pro wrestling says what I really miss is the competition with the wrestling games. Are you used to love all the different titles we would get when we were kids from WCW and WWF. I think it's good to have a variety of games. Look, you're not getting any argument out of me, man. I love WWE 2K23, and I could use that as my end-all, be-all, and I have for many years. But obviously not 23, but you know what I mean. The 2K games I've used for many years. Mm-hmm. I've been buying that franchise since back in THQ days, the very first SmackDown on PlayStation. So
yeah, there is little market games that don't get as much love. I haven't played it. I know Wrestling Revolution, Wrestling Empire; those are fun games. But you know, yeah,
we're supposed to be getting Wrestle Code too. So
yeah, Wrestle Code, and there's other ones being made as we speak.
Is there?
Yeah, there's more. I can't remember. I just can't remember. They were like a little developmental, but there's always another wrestling game out there being made.
Everything Pro Wrestling says Community Creations is a big fumble not having an AEW Fight Forever. I agree. Legoat says, what the fuck? No Community Creations is in the game.
Whoa. Yeah. I was not expecting the
F-bomb. Hey, man, we ain't got 2K in the chat today. I can do my thing. No Community Creations in AEW Fight Forever.
I'm surprised that no one mentioned it. I'm surprised. Maybe it's going to be in the future for 2K24. No one mentioned it. We didn't mention of cross-gen for the next WWE game. I'm surprised that wasn't brought up at all.
Lego says, this is what I get for trying to be funny for the slander on Conrad's bald head. My poor boy. Damn. It says maybe they patch it in. I don't know if you could patch in a Community Creations, bro. That would be a hefty patch. Cameron S. says, this confirms Pac, Miro, Lance Archer, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Christian Cage. What confirms?
I assume the 50-plus wrestlers. I'm assuming.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So
I know who you know who we do get though, right?
Who you mentioning?
Huh?
Who you throwing in?
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, we'll keep it up.
JERRETT. Howdy, folks. We better get Jeff Jarrett in this damn game. I'm just saying, man.
Out.
I'm trying to whoop that ass all over strutting, brother. We're doing it. No, but we are going to get Cody Rhodes. We're going to get CM Punk. We're going to get all those guys. Everybody that was a part of the original roster is going to be in. I don't know if we're getting Miro. Like he says,
okay.
Miro.
It's
Christian
like
Cage.
It's the little photos. I believe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Was that on the achievements and I just completely missed it?
Yeah, they were very, I got it from shout out to Drainmaker. I got it from him.
Where's the jump ship and lose at Mania achievement? Positively, that is fucking slander, sir. And we're not going to be doing that on this show. You are not going to get me on my Cody rant. I'm telling you right now. Cody Rhodes should have won at WrestleMania. We're just going to leave that at that. SmackDown Mall. Let me see here. Positively E says, diggity dog. If you know, you know, all right? Back in the No Mercy days, diggity dog. Have you ever played that game, James?
A long time ago.
Yeah, that was like one of the, that was like the repeated theme that you would hear in the menu of, it's
not annoying.
Positively E foul, red flag. Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. Positively E throwing that. Everything pro wrestling already knows. Don't get me on my Cody rant, dude. I'm telling you, it's not happening today. I'm in a good mood, damn it. I'm in a good mood, and I refuse to be pissed off. Matthew Lopez says there's a ladder match, which I didn't know, and it sucks right now. No cage match. That's weird. I think that you could patch a cage match in. If they plan on adding stuff to this game, I can definitely see a cage match being added to the game as a downloadable content. I don't see why it wouldn't be, because you've had tons of cage matches in AEW. So I'm hoping to see that. Let me see. I think competition makes things better, especially in wrestling. Absolutely, man. You're not wrong at all. Competition, it sucks having one of anything, right? Imagine if you had one brand of everything, one brand of clothes, one brand of shoes, you know what I mean? Like, everybody loves variety, and that's what wrestling especially when
2K. I know you're listening. You got to make NFL 2K again. Those were the good games back in the day.
I second that, man. Fuck Madden. I'm just gonna go on and say it.
2K. I mean, 2K was pretty damn good.
That was my football game to play
Sadly, it
right
ended
there.
in
Ultra Pro Wrestling.
5, I think.
Something
like that. But
Gabe says true everything wrestling. So I think he's just saying everything pro wrestling. True to everything pro wrestling. And then everything pro wrestling showing some love back. Ultra Pro Wrestling and that Lucha Libre game, No Mercy inspired. Lucha Libre, man, you're already speaking my love language at this point. Like that's my shit right there. I would love. So look, we got to see Penta, we got to see Phoenix, obviously in the game. Mm-hmm. That has to be in the game. Like if they're not in the game, I'm gonna be severely pissed off. Yeah. So, and yeah, Cameron confirmed the screenshots and the achievements. So Bryan Danielson made the cut. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't we see some of the older talent like Penta and like people who have been there from the beginning?
I wonder if Jimmy Havoc made the game. I mean, I know he's obviously not in the company.
Hang on a second. These two next comments are just for you.
I'm good. No,
I want Jeff Jarrett and DLC. I need his guitar as an added weapon. Howdy, folks. Here's the best one right here. Positively E. Give Double J all the titles. There's Triple Crown and Story Achievements. There you go, man.
No, I'm good.
JERRE double T. Give me a howdy there, James.
No, thank you.
Do it. Tears when Jesse beats someone with Jeff Jarrett. Bro, it is over. I'm telling you. If you are on the mic with me
backing out
in an online game and I am walking somebody's ass dry with Jeff Jarrett, you just better get ready to get all the smoke, brother, because I am firing on all cylinders when it comes to talking shit. Yeah, I can't wait for that game, dude. Jeff Jarrett better be in that shit.
Yep, I'm backing out every lobby. If there's a Double J in there, if there's any variation, no thank you. I will be backing out.
Positively, he says it's all right. Cody got Brock with the roll-up after he busted his ass open, too. Matthew Lopez says, I wonder if there will be all-out brawl-out achievement. Stop. Man, like, automatically when you do that, your CM Punk transfers to WWE 2K23. How great would that be?
Is there media scrums in the game? You need to put that in there.
Speaking of CM Punk, dude, Defract, shout out to you, buddy, because I downloaded his CM Punk over the weekend. Flawless, man. I had to, and no, bad feelings to everybody else who has created CM Punk, but I've deleted your character. I like Defract.
There's always someone that just like.
Defract CM Punk did it for me, man. I was just like, all right, I'm getting rid of all the other ones.
Yeah, I got to download that one. Shout out to Shattered with his Daniel Bryanson.
You know who else you need to download from Defract? JERRE double T. Bro, his Jeff Jarrett is on point.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go watch the game.
Come on, man. Come on. No hard feelings with the Jeff Jarrett, man. He's a future AEW world champion.
No, better not.
And a freaking saint. He's a freaking saint. Byron Cutler says WrestleQuest. So there are some other wrestling games going out there. Gonna hop in the shower, so I won't be active in the chat, but I'll be listening. Hey man, I appreciate you even for stopping in, man. Thank you so much. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Positively E says Penta was in the video of the mini game. Oh, okay, good. I think I do believe that. Yeah, I remember that. Jesse like Cody Jarrett and Conrad like Punk. No, I'm a Punk guy too. Don't get shit twisted. I'm a Punk guy. I can't wait for him to come back. And I can't wait to be in Everything Pro Wrestling's live chat when he does come back and he talks shit to everybody. Everybody's getting the smoke. That's the new quote on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. That and Tony Khan's pockets run deep.
Speaking of that, I wonder, is Tony in the game?
I doubt it.
I'm curious.
Hardly even see that boy on Dynamite.
You know
when he has an announcement.
Yeah, because who was it? Fred Durst, I think, was one of the games.
That was classic, bro. Move in, move out, hands up, bro. I was talking some hellish shit too when that boy was in the game. James, who's on your list? Can't say no bad things about them.
Who's on my list?
Who's on your list for professional wrestler? You can't say no bad things about him. Where's my picture of Jeff Jarrett?
That's a good question. No, don't put Double J. I'm trying to think of someone that you didn't like that I liked. It's been a while. I guess the last person to beat Double J was Orange, and I know you were all over me for that.
No, I mean who he's asking like
Okay.
who's on your list of person like who would you defend to the death of you? You know what I mean? Like Conrad will defend CM Punk 100%. I will defend Cody Rhodes, Jeff Jarrett 100%. Who are you defending?
Man, you got to give me a while for that one. I don't know.
We all know that Jeff Jarrett is the reason AEW has sold over 65,000 tickets for Wembley.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm just saying, Jeff Jarrett, future champion. The saint.
I don't know. You have to come back with that one. I have to think about that one myself.
You got nobody? Damn, you're gonna say something bad about everybody.
I think so. There's always a flaw with someone.
Damn, hater over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lagoat says the stroke. You already know. Everything Pro Wrestling, all the smoke or all the stroke. Oh shit. That's the new slogan over here. I'm gonna start putting that right above James's head on the graphic.
Positively no. I'm not allowing.
Stroke.
I will walk out of this stream if he puts that on the air.
He says Penta was confirmed from a was SS in one of the mini games. Don't know about Phoenix though. I'm pretty sure if Penta's in it, Phoenix is in it. B-Boy Skyline, man, welcome to the chat. AEW Fight Forever. I will be making Austin Creed so he can face Omega. That's a good match, man. Austin Creed.
Makes sense.
Byron Cutler says 3 Stages of Hell match for he's still out here shouting out matches for 2K24. He says 3 Stages of Hell. I think that you can actually make a 3 Stages of Hell. Well, maybe no, you can't. You can make like the best of.
Create a match, but I mean, yes, you can do a best.
You can make like best of 3 or whatever. That's what it is.
Not
yeah.
In that context, but yes.
Let me see here. Do you think Brody Lee is going to be in the game? Yes, I do.
I believe so.
Yes, Brody's in the game. Is
his son going to be in the game?
I believe so as well. Ray Phoenix will be most fun to play as. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you can do in the game, but if you're jumping off of guardrails and shit, I'm assuming you can do a lot. So we'll see, man. Let me see. Positively E says Fight Forever needs 90s rapper DLC. Basically, everyone Swerve brings in for real. That's a big motherfucker. Straight up. We need to get some Rick Ross up in there.
Yeah.
Positively E, Jesse put up that Jeff Jarrett all-in poster. Bro, I have it too. I haven't even put it in here.
Thank goodness. Don't mention it.
I need to, man. I need to. Rick Ross beating cats down. Everything Pro Wrestling says. Gabe says positively E like Rick Ross. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Cameron S. Ray Phoenix was confirmed by Evil Uno at Gamescom.
2022.
Yeah, 2022, a year ago. Back in 2020, he was confirmed. Positively E. Phoenix and Jungle Boy were always Kenny's examples for why we need more move slots than back in the No Mercy days. Absolutely, man. Fuego del Sol needs to be in the game. You heard it, man. You heard it. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I don't know when it's coming out. We haven't known when it's coming out, but I'm excited for this game, dude. I think, as much fun as we have with WWE 2K23, I think Conrad hit it right on the head. It's good to have other wrestling games to play.
Diversity, yeah.
Yeah, other games to play in general. Now, do I think that AEW Fight Forever will be on a level of 2K23? No, I don't. Not at all. It's not even going to be, it shouldn't even be compared because it doesn't even look like that type of game. It looks like a fun game that you can get on and create some chaos with your friends with online. I just wouldn't even put those two in the same ballpark. I don't think, even though it's a wrestling game, they're going to both, creators of the games are going to consider themselves competition because it's the same genre, but it's a totally different game. Like if both of these games came out on the same release date, I would buy both of these games. 1, I like my simulation games. 2K23 provides that for me. 2, I like to I would love to get some chaos in the ring and have bloodbaths and stuff that you can't do in 2K. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm going to pick up Fight Forever, man. It's going to be, and it's 2 different styles of gameplay as well as controller settings, all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, man. Like it's a change in scenery.
Yeah, it's
if you
more,
will.
one is simulation, one is going to be arcade style. So
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So says, let's see here. Tony Khan as DLC. I doubt it.
Beating someone's ass with Tony.
Bro, that would be hilarious, though. Byron Color says, Paul Heyman and Teddy Long for GM mode in WWE 2K24.
That's a good addition.
He's over here campaigning for him, bro.
Can you, speaking of that, can you play, I wonder, has Stokely made the game? I want to play as Stokely.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Stokely
Just don't put Maxwell in here, man, because we're going to go over there and cancel that little bastard's
I don't know.
Disney
They
channel.
might just put Maxwell in there.
We better not. Matthew Lopez says, Feifel said several people who work on critically acclaimed WWE games work on AEW Fight Forever story mode. It's interesting. But he could have been talking about Brian Williams, who is no longer with them. Who knows? Everything Pro Wrestling. I do enjoy the expanded movesets. Me too. Apples and oranges. So, what are you guys most looking forward to seeing in AEW Fight Forever? Like, what does it for you? Have you pre-ordered the game? Are you going to pre-order the game? Are you going to buy the game? And why? Why do you want this game? And what would this game offer you that a 2K23 couldn't offer you? Let's hear that in the comments.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting way to start. I want to see what it is. Matt, basically they were saying that Yuke's team has been together for a while. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it would. Let me see. Everything Pro Wrestling says. I would too, Jesse. I always enjoy a good wrestling game. Absolutely. Not going to lie, when Miro showed up in his office last week, I thought the next image we were going to get with him dragging a lifeless Tony Khan to the backstage, that would be awesome, dude. I'm excited Miro's back. I don't know if anybody else is, but I've been waiting for Miro.
And Thunder Michaels.
Man, don't make that girl lose her smile over here. Everything Pro Wrestling says, I always wait to pre-order. I need more info. I mean, look, either you want the game or you don't want the game. What would make you not buy the game? Because Conrad, I know you're buying this game. You talk about this game all the time. Like, I know you're getting it. So what are you waiting for? Like, just pre-order that bitch. Let's see, Matthew Lopez says, I am going to buy this game because I want to enjoy another fun wrestling game that isn't WWE, which I hope New Japan makes a video game in the future. That would be pretty cool, man. That would be pretty cool. Byron Cutler says, fast-paced gameplay. That's a good answer because, yes, this will be more arcade style. It is not a mocap situation. This is all done animated, so this will be a faster-paced wrestling game, which I enjoy as well. That is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to it as well. So, Positively E says, I pre-ordered and have it pre-installed. Wow. Yeah. I want a No Mercy style grappler with current tech. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Everything Pro Wrestling. They can mess it up. See WWE 2K20. Bro. Yeah.
You can't do worse than TNA.
2K20 says, hold my beer. I would much rather play a TNA game that actually worked than a 2K20. I'm just saying. Everything Pro Wrestling said, they made me say nah. Wow. All right. I want Batman in the game.
I can tell you one thing, that if they put him in there, he has no reason, but if they put Disco in the game, you know where Conrad would be going.
Oh, man.
I already can see that image in my head.
I'm going to have to get that image of Big Show farting in Disco Inferno's face right here on here. So I just pop it up for Conrad to get a pop every now and then.
Somebody could fix down and put Jeff Jarrett on the other side too.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, this game means something different from 2K, who I feel wasted years with some titles that didn't deliver. I really like N64 games, and I want something different. I agree with the different part. Like I said, as far as, wasted titles, I feel like the only bad game that I haven't enjoyed was WWE 2K20, and that's just because that game was just straight broken. But I I don't know, man. Like I said, I've bought every single WWE 2K game, SmackDown versus Raw game, SmackDown, SmackDown Just Bring It, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, you name it, I bought it. I enjoy that franchise, but I agree with wanting something different. Like I agree that it'll be a good way to add something different in the rotation as well, because we get tired of playing games sometimes, so it'll be nice to have a change. Let me see here. I had it pre-ordered but canceled it because I got tired of waiting. Wow. But I'm still excited for Fight Forever because it's something new and fresh and different, because we're so used to 2K. Time for something new. I agree, man. I can get behind that 100%. Everything Pro Wrestling showing the Big Show farting on Disco Inferno. He's even got the disco emoji over there. That's incredible. That's tremendous. Positively, he says TNA had the chance to get AKI and went with Midway, who promptly went out of business. No game sense. Yeah,
Midway has made some fun sports games. I mean, NFL Blitz and all those, just obnoxious games. But yeah,
yeah, absolutely, man.
I believe there was going to be a TNA Impact 2, and I don't think they had any sellers on it.
Everything Pro Wrestling says, I think the most important thing for people to remember is going with your expectations. Go in with your expectations lowered for AEW. They won't have the graphics or all the modes like WWE 2K. This is a building block for them. Yeah, but here's the thing, Conrad. If you're going in already with your lowered expectations and that's the answer, then why haven't you pre-ordered, brother? Like, get that pre-order in, you know what I mean? If the game's a piece of shit, who cares? Your expectations were lowered. I think that this game is not meant to be compared to 2K at all. Like, it's not a graphic game. They wanted that.
I mean, I wasn't going in it with the Impact game of, this should be compatible with that,
I did.
I didn't.
I did. I was like, yes, another wrestling game. And then I got it.
Your
I was like, this thing is
very
ass.
high then.
It's a 2-pack of ass. You ever seen that? You ever seen that fucking meme? It's a 2-pack of ass. Oh, that's great. Positively, Impact wanted Virtual Basement to make Wrestling Code a Impact game without paying. Only wanted to waive the licensing fees. Pulled their wrestlers from the game when VB didn't go for that. Wow, interesting.
That's just them being cheap.
Yeah, everything. Nah, fam, they need to earn that pre-order. Guys, I want to talk about this show, Saturday night, right? We're getting a Saturday night show. Is it the best time slot? Is it best for business? Talk about the history of Saturday night wrestling. Hopefully you guys are down with that. I know we've had a good hour to talk some video games, but I would like to talk some actual pro wrestling. Yeah, man, let's get into that. I don't know how you guys feel about this Saturday show, but we're going to dive into it when we come back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. And we got some exciting news. We have a new sponsor on our show today, Caldera Lab. Say goodbye to the generic face wash on your counter because Caldera Lab is here to save the day when it comes to your skin. Backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experience healthier and visibly improved skin, Caldera Lab has the tools to unlock your best first impression and confidence. Today we have an exclusive offer for our audience so you can try for yourself why so many men trust Caldera Lab for their skincare needs. Use our promo code SHOOT, that's SHOOT, SHOOT at calderalab.com for 20% off of their best products. If you know me personally, you know I'm all about my hygiene, man. And my experience with these products have been incredible. I have never been one to put on face lotions or serums or any of that kind of stuff when it came to taking care of my skin. As a matter of fact, I used to make fun of my son for it all the time. But now I got a counter full of great products that is making my skin look healthier than ever. My wife has given me compliments. My friends have given me compliments. It's something that's going to stay in my routine on a daily, man. And I have Caldera Lab to thank for that. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients. Kicking off their stellar skincare selection, we have the Resume Bundle, a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Inside this bundle, you'll find the clean slate, the base layer, and the good. The clean slate is where you start your day. It's a balancing cleanser that uses gentle plant-based cleansing, leaving all skin types exceptionally refreshed. The base layer is a nutrient-dense fortifying moisturizer that hydrates your skin and absorbs fast, leaving you with a matte finish so you can start your day confidently. The good is your go-to at night before bed, and a clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter and smoother, as well as to help reduce visibility of wrinkles and fine lines. As you age, you might notice more fine lines, wrinkles, and signs of aging. This is the opposite of what every guy wants. And the more you neglect your skin, the more visible this could become over time. It's time to take control of your skin with these easy steps. Ready to take your skin to the next level with Caldera Lab? Look no further than the Icon. The rejuvenating eye serum is here to address the 3 most common skin concerns around the eyes: fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. Committed to transparency, sustainability, and excellence, Caldera Lab is on a mission to better men's skincare around the world, priding itself to clean ingredients and doing right by their customers and the planet we live in. Caldera Lab is a certified B Corporation as well as a member of the 1% for the planet. Through uncompromising craftsmanship, exceptional ingredients, and rigorous transparency, Caldera Lab is here to upgrade your skin and confidence. Get 20% off with our promo code SHOOT at calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using our promo code SHOOT. That's SHOOT. Unlock your youthful glow and be ready with the summer with Caldera Lab. All right, we're back on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Guys, yes, that is a great way to support this channel, support this podcast, support this group of pro wrestling fans is by supporting our sponsors over at Caldera Lab and at Manscaped. Use that promo code PWShoot over there at Manscaped. Save yourself 20% off. Lagoat over here repping Jeff Jarrett. I heard that Jeff Jarrett and Jesse's voice when he spelled shoot, SHOOT. Ain't he great? I appreciate that, man. Jeff Jarrett we're going to have to get him on the show someday. And I'm going to have James explain himself right to Jeff Jarrett's face why he doesn't think this guy is a freaking saint. Let me see here. Lagoat says, see, put aside a quarter when they do something right. Fight Forever already better than TNA Impact, hands down. Hand-drawn move, sorry. Let's talk wrestling, Lagoat says, and then Positively E says, Collision? Whew, didn't the 2000 Saturday night main event bomb? And those were on NBC.
It's funny because they actually didn't well, they didn't last so long, but they had a couple good ratings.
Yeah. Byron Cutler over here still shilling for WWE 2K24, says create a pay-per-view for WWE 2K24. Yeah. I believe you could do that in universe mode, though, so it is what it is. Matthew Lopez says Saturday night in 2023 is much more competitive than it was in the 90s. AEW Collision will be competing against WWE PLEs, UFCs, boxing, other wrestling shows streaming on services like IWTV or Fight TV. That is a great point. So I feel like Saturday, back in the day, right? You've heard Eric Bischoff's side where he was saying, Saturday night for WCW didn't make nothing. It didn't draw anything.
No.
That was while Eric Bischoff was in town, right? Like, it wasn't drawing anything. But if you take a look back at, like, the Crockett days, right? The Saturday was drawing during the Crockett days. And same with WWF Saturday Night Main Event. So both of those were drawing. But let me bring this up, too. At the time, there were no other shows, no other wrestling programs on for either of those companies. WWE had WWF Saturday Night Main Event. That was it. They didn't have Monday Night Raw back then when it was drawing. So that was the way to consume it. If you want to find wrestling, you will find it. But now we are so saturated with pro wrestling nowadays. There's so many shows on every day of the week. Is Saturday going to be the day that we draw them out? And if so, do we have a plan to maybe change people's living styles to want to watch wrestling on a Saturday night? Myself, I like to watch the pay-per-views on Saturday night. I was a big advocate for Saturday pay-per-views. I liked it a lot better than Sunday. I had the next day off, so I was a big fan of Saturday pay-per-views. Now, will I watch Collision every single week on a Saturday? I don't know, because Saturday is a very busy day for me. That is my first day off. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of people to see, things to organize, all sorts of stuff that I do on a Saturday. So it's one of the reasons why we didn't pick a weekend to run this show, is because James is also busy on a Saturday. So, James, are you going to be watching AEW Collision on a Saturday? Is Punk enough to draw people in to watch Saturday night?
It's kind of hard, because what's the time slot for 8 o'clock p.m.?
Same time as Dynamite.
5 o'clock, midday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
like
literally right in that sweet spot time.
Well, I mean, I'll be here and there watching it. That's the thing. I mean, Saturdays, well, let's see, they're in football season. It's on Sunday, so you got me there. But it's just, might be doing stuff. Might be going out to the club or just going to someone's house watching.
That's what I mean. Like, they're expecting people to change their living schedule, right?
I'm kind of interested how it's going to go. It's different times. Like you said, it's oversaturated. There's so much stuff to watch, especially on Saturdays. Even if I'm at home, is it going to be the first thing I'm watching? It depends. I mean, there could be a big UFC fight. It could be boxing. There could be a random football game going on.
Now, wait a fucking minute. When have you ever stopped to watch UFC? I want to know now.
I'm one of those people, like, if there's a boxing match, I'll just watch for the boxing match alone. Just one. I don't watch the whole card.
All right. Now we're hearing some fucking bullshit over here on the Pro
No, that's not true.
We're supposed to be shooting, brother. You're over here telling lies to the people.
No, that's not the lie.
That's a lie. No. I don't know you. All right, now we're not fucking shooting anymore. This is completely gone off the rails. James, you ain't never watching UFC ever. I've never seen you watching UFC.
I don't mention it, but I've seen it here and there. It's not the same like it was back in the day.
All right. So you wouldn't watch Collision if you're home. If you're home, you wouldn't pop on Collision. If I'm
home, more likely I will. Like I said, we were going to do the same thing. I'll have it on record. I'll watch it. But is it going to be hey, I need to watch it on Saturday? It depends. Like, if there's a big marquee match, maybe. It just,
Here's the thing. If you're watching a WWE PLE, are you going to change that PLE to watch a television show that you can just DVR and watch the TV show later? Because I'm watching the PLE.
It depends on the PLE.
Those are usually the bigger shows for me.
It depends. It kind of depends for me. It depends on what's on the card, because, we have different tastes. Like, I guess I'll go back and forth.
Okay, listen to this. We have talked shit on WWE's cards all year long, and every single card has been freaking a banger after banger. They have not done a bad PLE since when? Before Extreme Rules? Since Bray Wyatt has come back, have you seen a bad pay-per-view from WWE? I haven't.
No, nothing like high criticizing. I guess if there's, I'm kind of different when it comes to it. If I look at the card, hey, there's this match coming on, then I'm turning on Collision.
Yeah.
It depends. Now, if there's like big marquee matches and the PLE has it, then yeah, you're going to get my attention.
Listen, man, I commend Tony Khan, because this guy has, not only does his pockets run deep, but this guy has just a massive sack of nuts to want to, try to sell out a stadium, goes to Wembley Stadium and sells over 65,000 tickets. Amazing. What an amazing accomplishment from Tony Khan. Then he's going to take, first of all, if you get handed another show from your provider, you're not going to turn it down.
Yeah, you're going to say, nah, we're good.
No, yeah, that's not going to happen. You're going to take that shit. So not only did he roll the dice on selling out a stadium, but now he's going to be rolling the dice on taking a Saturday. Look, besides sports, they're not competing with anything. There is no major TV show on a Saturday night. None. Nothing comes on Saturday. There is nothing major except for sports. You are only competing with sports at this point. So, I mean, I don't think it's a terrible idea, but he is once again asking his fan base to, hey, maybe not go out to the club. Instead of going out to the club, why don't you tune into AEW Collision, man? CM Punk's about to face whoever's willing to talk to him, I guess. That's what we're doing now on AEW. So it is what it is. Let's see. Let's see what the chat's saying
look,
right now.
it kind of worked back in the day. I'm just looking here at the statistics. Like for WCW Saturday Night Live, I actually had notes here.
Let's hear
They had 3 live shows. Okay, only 3. I don't know what the attendance was. It was not giving me it. No one had it. It was history, of course. They had 3 live shows. It wasn't that great, really. Their highest rating, it's a lot better than what they get nowadays. The highest rating they had was a 2.9. Lowest was a 1.6.
Yeah, but that was back when wrestling wasn't saturated either.
Yeah, right. 94.
So you only had 2 mainstream wrestling programs, and they didn't have SmackDown back then. They didn't have Raw back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big difference. Like here, Saturday Night Main Event. Back in March 14, 1987, still to this day, the biggest rating they had for NBC, they had 11.6.
On WWE?
Yes.
Wow.
And this is when they had a headlining show.
Rating.
What headlined the show was a Battle Royal, and it involved Hogan and Andre. And this was like before WrestleMania 3, and everyone was just going crazy for it.
Interesting. Let's see what the live chat has to say about AEW real quick. Everything Pro Wrestling says this has to be on par with Dynamite. I fully 100% agree with that. This cannot be a B show. This has to be Dynamite.
It has to carry over, I guess.
This can't be your Rampage. This can't be your, as he would put it, AEW Shotgun Saturday Night. This can't be that.
Yeah.
It's got to
be. I
be.
guess for me, like, okay, how would you want it? Would you want it as a different show, or would you want it to carry over from Dynamite to Rampage?
I want it to carry over. I think that this whole brand split crap is the thing that made me hate WWE in the first place. I need to see all of it carry over. Like, why not? Like, work your shit out, man. Let's get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? Matt Lopez has agreed with Conrad. AEW Collision needs to be on par as Dynamite as must-watch TV. 100%. I agree with that.
Here's my question. I mean, I know this doesn't happen solemnly. Like right now, you have NBA playoffs, you have NHL playoffs. I know it's on TBS, which I'm not sure if NBA has anything for TNT on Saturdays, but what day are they going to put it on? Hey, we got to move the show out. We have this going on. TNT is going to tell them, hey, you got to go to this. You got to go to this day. What day are you putting them on?
Right.
Is it going to be earlier in the day? Are they going to move it a whole day?
I don't know how they're going to switch. So, Everything Pro Wrestling made an interesting comment, too. He said, Saturday could be a huge L. They have to make people regret not watching on Saturdays. Exactly. Something big you have to make Collision just as good as Dynamite, if not bigger. I would say better storylines, better everything. Like, make people regret not tuning in on Saturday. At least DVRing it, because they still get the ratings from the DVR. So if you DVR it, you're still good. But I would want my people watching it live.
That was my thing. Is the whole key for me to watching it is probably live. Pre-taped, forget about it.
Conrad said he bought concert tickets, so he's already missing Saturday. He got a concert to go to on Saturday. Positively E says, watching Collision while you fold your clothes.
Dude, that's pretty much the case. I mean,
is that your Saturday night, Positively E? I'm kind of envious because that sounds like a relaxing Saturday night to me, bud.
Just folding the clothes, having some drinks.
Everything Pro Wrestling said that would be me, E. So let me see here. Byron Cutler added again 10-man matches for WWE 2K24.
We'll hear your voice.
We hear you, Byron. We hear you. Everything Pro Wrestling says positive spin. You could have the Dynamite crew stay in that town and run a small house. So the next day in that same area, then they have Collision come in on Friday, run a small house show, and then a big show on Saturday.
Are they putting them in the same city, or are they putting them in 2 different cities? I haven't heard anything.
So
about that.
There's rumors too. Like obviously Tony Khan is going to be making an announcement, or TNT is actually making an announcement tomorrow night Also, another announcement from Tony Khan on Dynamite tomorrow. So there's 2 announcements. Supposedly, I don't know if they're going to be the same announcement, but the rumor is that they just signed that $240 million deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. So if that's the case, we could be getting Collision streamed on Warner Brothers Discovery. We could maybe not even see this on a TBS or a TNT. That's something to think about too. Are we going to get pay-per-views from this? Like, that's a lot of money. So wasn't Tony Khan, I think the current deal that he was under was 40 million a year. Was it 40 million a year?
I think that's what it is.
So this is a few mil over what he was making in a 5-year span. So that's good, man. That's huge money. That's a 5-year deal. It's sustainability. It's comfort knowing that you have a locked-in deal. Warner Brothers Discovery is completely happy with whatever they're doing with AEW. So I don't think that they have to worry. Obviously, if they're throwing them another show, that's a huge compliment. So, yeah, man, it's just a lot to think about. Tony Khan, a lot of good things happening for AEW and Tony Khan, man. I have nothing bad to say about this. So it is what it is. Let me see here. Positively, he says.
So
go ahead.
Here we go. So that picture that was going all over the place, so that has the AEW Collision, CM Punk versus the Collider, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
So that says June 17th. So on the 14th, they're going to be in Washington D.C. So maybe it's going to be 2 different cities going on, because then the following week is Chicago.
Interesting.
So I'm just wondering, would they do? I mean, Conrad's idea was have them in the same city. Well, that's what I wanted to know. Are they getting? We also read the same show?
We also read that now ROH is going to be taped during Collision, and Rampage will still be taped during Dynamite. So that is still a roster split right there, man. Are we going to be getting Collision with a bunch of ROH guys? Because that didn't work for your ratings then. I don't feel like it's going to work for your ratings now. But if they're not trying to get ratings and they're just trying to put on a good show, then whatever, man. Positively E says Discovery, WB, cheap as hell, but they're throwing shows at AEW. Put all Dynamite on Max right now. Yeah.
What I've heard about Max is because of All In and All Out. I heard that they're going to put All In on Max, so they don't, I guess, run 2 different shows within like 7 days. So one's going to be on pay-per-view, one's going to be streaming. That's what I've heard. So I don't know if that's just
So you pay, dude. So the pay-per-views are still selling, but at this point, couldn't you cut a bigger deal to put your whole library, including your pay-per-views?
See, that's what I was going to say.
On Max?
How does WWE do it? Because when WrestleMania was coming around, I seen advertisements of DirecTV. You can buy WrestleMania on pay-per-view on DirecTV. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I wonder I wonder how much are they profiting off of that compared to Peacock?
Yeah, so you can still get the pay-per-views.
Which I don't understand.
You can get all the WWE PLEs on pay-per-view still. You can still get
that. I don't understand. Why would you pay 40 or 50? I'm just wondering who is. I'm assuming AEW wants to go that route.
Some markets maybe don't have Peacock or the WWE Network. Who knows?
Yeah, or Max. I mean, let's see what they do.
Yeah, so Legoat says that's not a bad idea, bro. Positively E says Collision going to be CM Punk and 5 puppets. Punk going to be on Dynamite. Yeah, they did say that they were going to switch back and forth. If that rumor of the new belt, that picture that was going all over the internet, if that shit is true, take that away. We do not need 2 world titles in AEW either. Get that shit out of here, man. That is going to be the end of my interest.
Just leave it alone. Just please.
Matthew Lopez says it will be interesting when they are competing with WWE PLEs. They will make those Collisions mini pay-per-views or special editions. Yeah, that would be interesting because they're going head-to-head now with a PLE, so that'd be interesting.
I mean, Impact does it. I mean, with their little shows on Friday, which are out of the blue.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Lopez says better make MJF wrestle more and defend World Championship on Collision. We'll see, man. We'll see. Byron Cutler says 4 shows a week, AEW Dark. Well, AEW Dark has gone away, so we are not doing AEW Dark anymore. But AEW Dynamite, AEW Battle of the Belts. I don't think AEW Battle of the Belts is coming back either, but we'll see. And AEW Collision. Let me see here. Casey Briggs says, just came by to say Bret Hart over Shawn Michaels. Mod that. Yeah, no, you came to the wrong chat for that, man. Bret Hart ain't over Shawn Michaels in this chat. We're Shawn guys over here, brother. Matthew Lopez, 100% better announced AEW All In streaming on Max. I'm hoping that's the case, dude. I'm hoping that's what we're getting. Positively, he says, what's the announcement? Simulcast on TNT. Tony Khan just bought New Whale Inc. Just
you
kidding.
Should throw in TKO since that's the new trademark with the two now.
Matthew Lopez says, I think the smart idea for Max subscribers have AEW pay-per-view streaming live on the service. I agree, man. I agree. That would get more subscribers, definitely, because now all of your AEW fans are going to come in there and subscribe to Max. If you're not subscribing to Max anyway, like I feel like it's one of the best streaming services out there. I don't think it's the best, but it is a really good streaming service. They got my $17. Yeah. So let me see here. Wrestling with Savage, what's up, boys? What's going on, Wrestling with Savage, man? I appreciate you stopping in. Says AEW Wait Forever, let's go. Yeah, you already missed the AEW Fight Forever talk.
That was the top of the hour.
It says he got timed out. Who got timed out?
He's talking about the Bret Hart.
Oh, that's Casey Briggs. So Casey Briggs goes into Everything Pro Wrestling's chat. He's one of their regulars. Oh, man, that's funny. Positively, he says, wait, is New Whale now TKO? Yes, it is. Yeah. It is. Chris Williams has entered the chat, says that's 17 wasted dollars. Sorry. Dude, HBO puts on some banger shows. If you're not, like, The Last of Us is on HBO. Go and get that HBO, man. Wrestling with Savage says, just got here. Yeah, man. So welcome in. Yeah, welcome in for sure. That's my take on it, man. I think that this is a very bold situation when it comes down to being on a Saturday, man. I mean, you're taking a chance with being on Saturday, but once again, is Tony Khan taking that chance, or is this just an opportunity given to Tony Khan by Warner Brothers Discovery, just saying, hey, here, we want another show. We want it on our streaming service. Let's do this. You're not going to say no if you're Tony Khan. That's another deal. That's more money on the table for you. You're not losing anything. They're losing everything because you're already getting your money. You've
got the money. You already impressed them with Wednesday. So, let's see what you can do and beef it up.
You don't say no to money. Like when it comes to your provider, when you are wanting that cable rights deal from Warner Brothers Discovery and they come at you with another show and they give you, X amount of dollars to stream that said show on their streaming service, you're not going to turn that down regardless. So do I think the question poses, did I think Saturday is best for business? If AEW is getting more money and they are profiting off of a Saturday show, absolutely, it is best for business. I think that AEW should take the ball and run with it. I think that they should produce good TV just like they do on Wednesday night for Dynamite. And I think everything will be all gravy, man. I think that Warner Brothers Discovery is obviously happy with everything they're doing now. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. AEW and Tony Khan are killing it at this point. They're killing it. They're profiting. They're doing everything they need to be doing as a business, as a company. Nothing's slowing them down, man. I think that the ball is in their court, and it's just up for them to, shoot that hoop.
Mm-hmm. Just impress them. Tony's gonna, he'll see all the pressure, but you got to put marquee matchups. You got to do a lot of advertising, which they will.
Yeah.
So just
100%.
We'll see what he does, but with bringing Punk back, which that's gonna be announced pretty soon, that's gonna get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm excited for a CM Punk return. I don't know if we got full CM Punk fans up in here. I know Conrad Cushman's all about CM Punk. I'm about CM Punk. I'm excited for CM Punk to come back and do this business. Let's get it. Positively, he says HBO has everything DC. Brian Cutler says Path of Champions for WWE2K. This has been my favorite part of the stream. All stream is just Byron over here just shilling for WWE. Man, he is putting his wish list on Path of Champions for WWE 2K24. These comments are legendary, man. I love it. So positively, he says, put Batman in Fight Forever again. He says,
put Batman in there.
The Joker versus Double J. Let's get it. And there's the Punk X's right there. James, where can everybody find us, man?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned. You can follow us anywhere, man.
What's that? What's that tag though?
The Pro Wrestling Shoot.
The Pro Wrestling Shoot?
Yes, sir.
At the Pro Wrestling Shoot everywhere. That's what you're telling me.
With the check mark.
We don't have a check mark. We don't pay for Twitter Blue.
Elon, give us the check mark.
Yeah, let's chill for that. Guys, follow us everywhere at the Pro Wrestling Shoot, all social media. Branding matters to us over here, man. And I just want to thank everybody, too. Thank you guys so much for making last week happen. Phenomenal stream. Got us a lot of good subscribers. Got us a lot of follows on Twitter. Got us in with 2K, man. We had a fantastic interview. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. It was definitely one of the best things that we have accomplished. We've done many things with this podcast. We've sponsored wrestling events. We have gotten sponsors. We've gotten multiple sponsors on this podcast. We've basically recorded movies in audio form, which were a blast, by the way. If you haven't heard them, go and check out our previous episode, old episodes down in our archives on the audio versions of the podcast. It was some of the best time in podcasting for me, but none of that amounts to all the love and support that we got this last week. That was my favorite thing that we have done on this podcast so far, getting to talk with other professional wrestling gamer fans, getting 2K to be a part of this podcast and sponsor, or not sponsor, but support and promote for us and throw out free games to everybody in the chat. That was excellent. Getting to meet new people in the community. Fantastic, man. I've been talking with everybody. I've been more active on Twitter this week than I have the entire time I've been on Twitter.
I've noticed it. It's just all the mentions from like top creators, just our name being out there, everyone retweeting. It's humbling. It was like a week celebration,
Even if nobody comes back from that, over 500,000 people know who the Pro Wrestling Shoot is. And that's all I can ask for, man. You know who we are. So that's amazing.
It kind of felt like that was our Wembley. I guess.
That was definitely our Wembley,
man. So it was just crazy just getting tweets, just seeing all the viewership go up. We thank everyone that came in and all the mentions, and you guys rock. We're at the end of the day, we're just like you guys. We're all wrestling fans, and we're just here to, agree to disagree or whatever. As long as you come in here, I appreciate it. The chat interaction is very humbling to me. I love it. Like
talking wrestling, man. And guys, go, if you're listening to this on the audio platform, if you're not in the chat right now, or if you're watching this video later, go and subscribe to Everything Pro Wrestling as well at EPW Show over here on YouTube, man. You guys won't regret it. They're available every Wednesday after Dynamite. Go and check them out if you're a fan of AEW. I promise you won't regret it. Very underrated podcast. Fun chat to get in there and talk wrestling with. Everybody was having fun in this chat today, so I really appreciate that. Everybody came in strong for us today. Had a lot of fun. That's pretty much it, man. Follow us. Just follow us. Continue to share this podcast. Continue to support us at the Pro Wrestling Shoot everywhere. Share this podcast. If you're watching this video later, like the video. Make sure you guys like the video. Leave a comment afterwards. We will comment back. And share the podcast again for the video version so we can get some more subscribers. We want to reach that 1K. I want to reach that 1K before this summer, if I can do that. And we're going to try. And I got a surprise video coming up for everybody that is a fan of WWE 2K23. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, because there's a cool video that I'm going to put my hard-earned time and effort into this video, man. It's going to be great. I'm going to dust off the video editing skills, and we're going to have some fun, man. But until then, I am Jesse Carter. He's James Bernard Jr., and we will see you next week right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot.